And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Friday, January 17th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome here on a Friday morning. We're glad to have you. We've got the Friday Senate report, and we've got baseball to talk about this morning, so we want you to be with us throughout the hour. Starting things off as we do each Friday morning for Wilson Bank and Trust, and John Presley is here this morning. John, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
Office manager and assistant vice president, Wilson Bank and Trust. And I don't know when the last time you were here, but let's talk about your present bank that you're the office manager for.
Absolutely, yes, sir. So just moved to our Tennessee Boulevard branch about a year ago. Had a busy year, been a little adjustment for me. Definitely more foot traffic than I'm used to in other branches, but been a great year. Would love to have everybody come out. Obviously got some CD specials and everything going on, so obviously big push for deposits right now. Would love to see everybody come in.
Well, we remind everybody that Monday is a holiday and the bank will be closed, right?
Yes, sir. So Martin Luther King Day Monday, January 20th, we will be closed, returning normal business hours on January 21st.
Well, let's talk about you a minute before we get into what you want to talk about. How long have you been with the bank? Actually, I want to know, well, did you think you would be a banker when, say, you were in high school or something?
Definitely wasn't on my radar at that time. Kind of turned into that. Lived beside Kurt Baker, which I know a lot of people know around here. So kind of talked me into coming for an interview and kind of turned into a career from there. So been with the bank for now 13 years. Started in 2012. Went through several offices here in the Lebanon area. Started at our Walmart office for about 6 years there. Moved to our 109 office, been through our main office, and now at Tennessee Boulevard. So almost touched all of them.
Well, how do you like being the office manager there? Is that fits you pretty well?
Absolutely. So got a good team out there. Obviously, rely a lot on them. Some things that I haven't done in a while, some new account opening, things like that. But got a great assistant manager in Hope Duncan, great head teller in Alexis Abston. Then I've got 3 full-times right now and a part-time, so all hands on deck there. They do a great job of keeping that office moving.
Well, the story that I've heard about this branch is that there was some skepticism when they decided to put one there, but that maybe nearly from the beginning that it's been one of the busier ones.
It is, actually. So we've got really probably a competition of 3 offices there, the Smithville office, the main office, and, of course, us. That are for the most transactions per month. So obviously a little inner competition there, and we kind of took the lead there for about 8 months out of the 12 last year. So it is definitely a busy branch, a lot of foot traffic coming through there. And that drive-through, if you haven't ever seen it, is backed up all the time. So
any particular thing you attribute that to other than your good service?
Well, I think it's just that staple place, that main office, kind of right there in the middle of town, but this one hits right there, right beside the interstate, excuse me. And honestly, it's I don't know what it attributes to, but it is daily more foot traffic than I've ever been a part of at any other branch.
Well, of course, full service means full service. Well, you get a loan, you can have all different banking accounts, savings, checking, whatever, and I guess you have a lot of customers who do all of that.
Absolutely. We've also got investment partners as well in Raymond James. So Brett Clayton is our kind of representative there. He'll be happy to come out and meet as well. And also we can refer over for insurance and THW as well. So a lot of good things going through that office.
And as far as loans go, we're all watching interest rates, and they have come down a little, but we still have inflation with us, and I know very little about it, but just guessing, I don't believe we're going to see a lot of more rate reductions, not in the foreseeable future. That's a guess, but that's kind of what I think.
Yeah, we'd all like to have that crystal ball and see in the future. We're hoping for hopefully 2 to 3 this year. We'll see kind of where that goes, but kind of budgeted for that. Hopefully going to see some decreases and get a little loan production volume back up. So
yeah, and then I think we're all wondering with the new administration about to come into be what's going to happen here in the first few weeks and months here after the president's inaugurated. We don't talk a lot of politics, but
Right.
it does have a bearing.
It does, and we're hopeful as well. Obviously, see the economy bounce back and hopefully regain some traction there. So,
Well, again, all banks actually, and all of Wilson Bank Trust will be closed Monday for the federal holiday, Martin Luther King Day. And do your business today. You have some Saturday banking.
we do have some Saturday banking. The main office is the only one open, full service on Saturdays, 8 to noon. Most other surrounding ones are 8 to noon, just drive-through only. But
You're 8 to noon?
we are 8 to noon, drive-through only at my branch. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, thanks, John, for being with us today. John Presley, Assistant Vice President, Office Manager of the Tennessee Boulevard branch of Wilson Bank and Trust.
Thank you very much.
All right. Wilson Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, Middle Tennessee's community bank with excellence in banking since 1987. 10 minutes after the hour, and it's time for our Friday Senate report. And here he is.
Good morning, Coleman. What a great day to be alive.
Oh, every day's a good day. Some are better than others. But it's good to see you again.
Well, it's great to be here, Coleman. A lot's happened in the last week. I mean, it has been very, very busy at the Capitol.
Well, that's why you're here this morning, to tell us all about it. And I'm not going to interrupt you a lot. I want to know, you tell us all you can, and from now till 7:30, what has happened since we talked last Friday.
All right. So, Coleman, we had the roll call in.
Did we talk last Friday?
We did.
Okay.
We did.
All right, well,
so the Constitution calls for the state of Tennessee the second Tuesday of every year. We're supposed to go at the Capitol and roll call in. So whether we're starting the session or the second half of the session, and this is the first half of the 114th General Assembly. So at noon on Tuesday, we were there. They had the quorum. Everybody was there. The new senators were there. And we, at that point, elected Randy McNally as the speaker. And we've got the choices and such that he put down, so everybody put it what the committees that they wanted, and he assigned committees out this week. So I'm on 3 committees. I'm on transportation, which I'm going to tell you I've been on transportation, and that was one of the committees I absolutely requested. And the reason is I represent Wilson County, and we are growing so fast. Our roads really, our infrastructure needs as much help as we can get. I also represent Davidson County, and they're also growing. But if we look at how much money we got in Wilson County per person compared to the rest of the state, Wilson County gets their share or a little bit more of the transportation budget. And I'm keep pushing that we've got so much more to do in Wilson County, but I'm competing with all the other counties as well. They all have issues. They all want their share of the money. But being on transportation, and they actually put me as vice chairman on that again, so I get to meet with them on a very, very, very regular basis. I'm also on the Ag and Energy Committee. So Wilson County is actually a very big agricultural, and I've got the data. We'll go through that in a minute. So I'm glad to be on there.
Were you previously on it?
I've been on it in the past.
Okay.
And so I'm back on that committee.
Okay.
And then another committee I'm on that I asked not to be on, but they put me on anyway, is education. And Coleman, that is a hard committee. It's a very, very, very important committee. This is one that makes the decisions for our kids, how to do it. And there's no right and wrong answers on so many things, because I've got to just tell you, you look at the data. But I'm not a teacher, and it's hard to know what is going to be the best way to educate the kids. So I just look at the data the best I possibly can to make decisions for our children and grandchildren going forward. But those are the 3 committees that I'm on.
If you had your way, though, you would not be on education.
I would not be on education. I actually asked to be on government operations rather than education, and they put me on education anyway, and that's the speaker's choice. So I will do the...
Any particular reason you think you got that assignment?
I can't tell you exactly why, and that was the speaker's opportunity. We lost the chairman of education last year, so there was a big shakeup in how education was being put together, and I was one of them that was on it previously, so I think that he wanted to keep as much consistency as he could on that committee as they go forward for the next session.
that take an unusual amount of time to be on Education Committee?
Education probably takes, I put more time and effort on education. I'm going to say 3 times is what I put on transportation. So it is much, much more research, much harder, to meetings, everything, because I meet with all of the higher education as well as the K through 12. There's a lot of things that go on, and this is one of the most important things. It's one of the biggest budget issues that we have. It's about 17% of our budget in the state is just education, where if I look at transportation, it's about less than 4%. So education takes a big bite out of our state budget, and it takes a lot of time to make sure we're trying to do the best we can. And you can never make everybody happy. I can't make all the taxpayers happy. I can't make all the teachers happy. I can't make all the parents happy. It's just hard to work through all the situations to come up with the best thing you can for the state of Tennessee.
Sometimes you can't make the governor happy.
Sometimes you can't make the governor happy. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, that gives us something to talk about as we come back from the break. But it is time for a break now. Our Friday Senate Report with Senator Mark Pota here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, that regular oil change, $39.95 up to 5 quarts oil. Tax and disposal, $17.80. Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Trying to clean up a couple of wrecks out here. One is 40 westbound near OHB out in the Bellevue area. It's got traffic a little bit slow. Of course, the heaviest flow is over in the eastbound lanes coming up through that area right now. Coming in from Kingston Springs, Dixon County, arriving here in West Nashville. 24 westbound just before 840. That wreck in Murfreesboro, Rutherford County is still in its cleanup stages. When you need dependable towing, make sure you call STR Towing and Recovery. Check them out at strtow.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is in a new location, 1746 West Main in Lebanon, across from Sports Village. Gregory Dental Group offers cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs.
No insurance? No problem. Call about the discount plan. Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322.
Coleman and Company, our Friday Senate Report, and just this reminder before we get back to Senator Mark Pota, that the Wilson County Black Committee celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Monday. That's Monday, January 20th at historic Pickett Chapel, 209 East Market Street. It'll be from 12 noon to 3 p.m. And celebration's going to include some speaking, poetry, music, and light refreshments. All right, now... back to you, and we were kidding slightly about the governor. I don't know that you can make anybody happy all the time. So, but you had mentioned this, I think, last week, and we talked about it off the air too, about the possibility of a special session, and understand now he has called a special session.
Yes. So not Monday, but a week from Monday is when we're going to go into a special session. I've not actually seen the entire call yet, so we don't know all the things that will be discussed.
Okay, when you have a special session like that, is that sort of like when the county commission goes out of session to discuss something either not on the agenda or not appropriate for in session? You go out of session and do that and then come back. That's what you do in the county commission.
Yes.
You're kind of recessing the session that just got started and taking up one issue, I take it, for 2 or 3 days here. That's
correct. It's actually going to be 2 issues that we know are going to be discussed in special session. We got to see the exact call of it, and I know that we've been notified of it, but I haven't seen what the call is going to be. And that's going to be saying we can only discuss certain items. And one of them is going to be the school choice bill. And the other one is going to be East Tennessee and emergency relief for how we can help our neighbors in East Tennessee. They asked me several times about how I felt about the special session, and I said no. I did not want the special session, didn't want to do this. Anything that we were doing, we're already in session, and we could have done it the very next week. And we could have suspended rules, did whatever, but the governor felt so that these issues were so important. When we're in special session, we're not allowed to discuss anything else. These are the only two topics that we're allowed to discuss, so everything's going to be focused on this.
Well, you'll most likely come up with some solution, something to help our neighbors in East Tennessee, and that's it's a big thing, but it's not much of a controversial one, I wouldn't think.
That's correct.
But this other is very controversial.
It is very controversial, and I've got good friends on both sides of the issue, and they both make good, strong arguments for me. And when we're done,
if he gets what he wants, what will be accomplished by this special session on the education part?
It's going to give parents more options. That would be having taxpayer money to fulfill the options that they want. In other words, right now, there's school choice available. So if I'm a parent, I can say, hey, I want to homeschool my child, or I want to take and put my child in private school, or I want to put my child in public school. And if you're somebody that has the means and the money, you can make those choices. But if you're a parent that doesn't necessarily have any extra money, it's hard to make those choices because you just don't have those finances to say, I can do it. So when you're saying it's available, it's only available to those that have money to do it right now. And some of the taxpayers and parents are saying, look, I pay my taxes every single year, and I'd like to have some of these same choices. I just don't make enough money as somebody else that could put them in. So the governor is saying we want to give some people this opportunity. We're not trying to pay for everybody to go to a private school or anything like that. This is just helping some of the parents that might want that option. Do we think that it's going to affect Wilson County? I actually don't. I doubt it. There's going to be very, very few students that would leave Wilson County school systems to take advantage of this. We got great schools here. Lebanon Special School District is a terrific school district. Wilson County is a terrific school district. So, I'm not anticipating a lot of our schools here and having a big effect. But I got to look at this as an entire state, and there are some school systems that are failing. There are some school systems that are not performing well, and you just can't close a public school. You've got to, and we have doubled the money that we have put into public schools since I've been in office. We have doubled it, and we're looking for the outcomes. We're not seeing the outcomes for improving that much, so just giving more money to public schools doesn't necessarily make it the right answer either. We tried that, and that just hasn't seemed to work. So we're looking for alternatives and options, and that's what the governor's saying. We're just looking at the data, what we can do to help the parents make the choices for their own kids.
What do you think will come from this special session, the education part?
I believe something's going to pass. I know that they wouldn't have called it. And I don't want to speak for the House, but the last number I heard is they had 55 votes in the House, and the last number I heard is they had 21 in the Senate. So the governor called it because he knows where
his proposed legislation. With no tweaks or anything?
Well, this is where I am. I've not even seen the final bill. When they showed me Senate Bill number 1, which was this bill, I told them I need to have some changes put into that bill. One of the changes I suggested was this. I'd like to see this put in the bill, and that is where teachers, when they give the test at the end of the year, and they're graded on how their kids did, but they never get to actually see the test. How can I give a test that I've never seen, and I'm graded on it, but I don't even see the test after I've given it? I want that test to be revealed to all the teachers to do that. And I said, I think that would be something that would help education, that would help the teachers, that would give them more confidence within the system. I also said what I'd like to do is limit the amount of money going in here and have it from a new source. We have something called the Sports Betting Fund. That's a new fund. And I would say and whatever money we get out of that sports betting fund, if we want to use that towards the school choice, if that'll do 5,000 students in that year, that's fine. If it'll do 50,000, that's fine. I don't care, but it's going to be a new source of money that we're not using it for public education to do the TISA funding and things like that. That way it's a separate source of funding for this. And as long as there's money in there, just like we do with the Tennessee Promise, that's through the lottery program. If there's money in there for the Tennessee Promise through the lottery program, it's available. If there's no money, it's not available. I'd like to do the same thing with
Okay, I want to go to this. Talk about this. This meeting was held. I guess it was a week ago, this past Monday, and that would have been when Jeff Luttrell, our director of schools, called in. I wondered why he called in that day. He just was all of a sudden was on the phone, and that was fine. But he never had before, and I think that must have been the reason he was about to be at that meeting or whatever. But I've heard that it was a good meeting. But what's your?
I thought it was a great meeting. I really did. The school board members were there. We had great dialogue. And Jeff was there to help moderate and go through it. We had a good back and forth of what it should be. It's hard to say what we like or don't like about a bill that we've not actually had presented before us at this point. I'm hearing a couple things from the school board members. They say, please protect us. We don't want to lose any money from public schools. If we have as kids leave, we don't want to lose that money. We're budgeting for the kids being here, and you just can't fire somebody in the middle of the year. We want that protected. And something else, and saying, if we're going to use public money and it's going to go somewhere, wherever that parent might take them, they should have the same standards as far as being tested as what we're required to do. And so those were two takeaways that I was hearing to make sure we protect that funding going into public school. And we'd like to have that standard. We'd like to have, if they go to a public or private school, they should have to take that test as well.
The feeling that I've gotten from those educators that I have talked to, and maybe some school board members, is that they have a fear that once the state gets its foot in the door here, so to speak, that's just the start of something a whole lot bigger and something that's going to be detrimental to public education.
And I haven't seen that play out. I looked in and they said, well, what about Arizona? What about this? And so some of the things that they've given us hasn't been true data. And Coleman, we really look. I'm not looking for somebody's opinion. I'm not looking for what the Tennessean wrote or something like that. I would like to look at what data works and what doesn't. And that's what's going to be driving my decision. I hear people tell me, oh, Mark, this is a scam. Somebody's going to make a whole lot of money on that. Well, I follow the money. I don't see where that's going. For example, if Friendship were to take, a couple of kids, it's not going to cover the money to go to Friendship. There's still money that has to go in, and Friendship's not going to profit or not profit from something like this. If I was Friendship, I wouldn't take the money. I wouldn't want the shackles that go with it. I wouldn't want the requirements the state takes. Is going to be putting on it. So if I was a private school, I would just say no. I don't want to do it. But we'll have to wait and see. Let every school system, make their choice if it's a private school, whether they want to take it or not. But I've not seen where somebody's going to be making rich on this. I've not followed any of that analogy where they are trying to show me that.
Well, I guess that's enough on that at this time. We've got 3 minutes left. What else?
Oh, man. Okay. So, Coleman, our numbers for the budget is about flat. We get this every month. The last ones are still showing we have about a 1% growth, which is not a lot of extra money. It's not even going to be enough to keep up with inflation, but Tennessee's in a good shape. I am on the Ag Committee now, and right now the number of farms in Tennessee or in Wilson County is 1,443 in 2022. That's down about 10% for the last couple of years. So we got about 180,000 acres in farmland, which is quite a bit of land yet here in Wilson County. And I'm doing a lot more research, so I know where we are in the farmers. I want to make sure I'm supporting the farmers. I just went to the pork program that they had at the Expo Center, James Ward Center, and we're watching. I want to make sure I'm involved to be hearing everything that's going on there. I know we don't have the dairy farms that we used to have, but we still got several dairy farmers here. We're looking at transportation. I've seen that the widening on 265 here in Wilson County, that's going to be done in 2020. Right away is happening in 2027. It's going to be done in 2030. And I'm looking at the interchange on. And I'm just giving you a whole bunch of stuff that now that I'm on transportation again, I want to make sure we're involved in this. We got the new interchange on Central Pike. Next year is going to be the preliminary engineering. And then the following year, 2027, is where we're getting the right of way. We're hoping to be able to drive on that in 2030. So when we're saying that's moving quickly, from the time we got it, the funding and all that kind of stuff, 5 years from now, we should be driving on that road. Now, that's just moving at rocket speed when we talk to transportation and putting in
Juliet can't wait.
But Mount Juliet, I got to give them credit, how they were able to come up. They actually gave $25 million towards this project, and they had a really good, well-thought-out plan and presentation that they made to the governor as well as to the Commissioner of Transportation. We helped set that meeting up, and they were able to land that project above so many other ones. So that was a huge, huge project. That's $45 million that the state's putting in. So that's a big project that's going on as well.
All right. What's going to happen before the special session, which means this next week?
So next week is reorganization. That means the new committee chairmen will be getting their offices changed. They came in and asked me if we wanted our office moved, and I said, I don't. I'm very happy with how things are set up right now. I don't need to move an office. So I'm staying right where I am, not moving in any respect that I know of whatsoever. But in the House, there'll be a lot of changes. I think the House did away with a couple of committees, but you got House members coming in, and they'll let you kind of fill you in on that. A lot more happened in the House than the Senate.
And Debbie, keeping you straight.
Debbie is absolutely awesome. I'm going to tell you, my heart still goes out to her. She's going through the loss of her husband, right. And that just happened recently. And she has just been a tremendous, tremendous asset as we go through. I just want to support her to whatever she wants to do.
But she's still going to be there.
She's still here with us, right? She's got the restaurant down in Watertown as well. And with James gone, I know there's more things going on, but I'm just here to support Debbie.
Right. Well, thank you so much. See you next Friday.
All right. Thanks, Coleman.
Senator Mark Pody, our Friday Senate Report, and that's part one of Coleman and Company. We've got more. Hope you'll keep it right here, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. It's all brought to you by Absolute Kubota. They'll help you rent the right tool for the job. The Kubota Orange Rental Program makes it easy to rent the right equipment. Stop by Absolute Kubota, check out the U35 excavator or the SVL 75 compact track loader, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Trying to work this accident over here in Hermitage. It's 40 westbound and Stewart's Ferry Pike. It's over to the side, but it's interrupting all that traffic flow that's coming through that section of Hermitage in from Wilson County. Wrapping up this wreck out here in Bellevue on 40 westbound near OHB. Again, that's trying to improve a bit, but it's been slow through that section of I-40 there in Bellevue at Old Hickory Boulevard as they clean up that wreck with injuries. Hey, when you need dependable towing, make sure you call STR Towing and Recovery. Check out strtow.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
At Wilson Bank & Trust, we're now offering exclusive checking and savings accounts designed to benefit our hometown heroes, including active duty military, veterans, and first responders such as law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS workers. At Wilson Bank & Trust, we recognize the commitment and sacrifices these families make to serve our country and communities. Thank you for your service. Visit one of our local offices to get started today or learn more at wilsonbank.com/military. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Elise
and Jordan with the Wilson Central FFA chapter. We've had lots of exciting things going on in our chapter and more to look forward to. Our livestock show team competed in the state swine show in Cookeville and did an amazing job. We're very proud of all of them. We want to wish our district speakers luck Thursday, January 16th, as they're going to compete at Lebanon High School.
We are hosting the Miss Rising Sun pageant on February 22nd. All FFA members are welcome to sign up to compete. Tickets will be on sale soon and both can be accessed via social media. We will also be hosting a Coggins Clinic on March 1st. Stay updated with events at our Facebook and Instagram page, and everyone have a great week.
We'll have partly cloudy skies with warmer conditions for today. Highs around 60. Rain moves in tonight. Lows in the mid-40s. And then a rain shower Saturday morning. Cloudy in the afternoon. Highs in the upper 40s. Falling into the upper 30s by late in the day. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty. Professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your Severe View forecast, I'm Drew Richards.
We welcome you to part two of Coleman and Company. It's a Friday morning, and we always at this time feature the C&D team of Exit Rocky Top Realty. And our team is down to one this morning, but Medina Hemantola is right here. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And actually, you've got your chauffeur, and they're having a conversation with MJ this morning.
Yes, I have the owner of A Plus Data Solutions chauffeuring me today. Grayson Hinman told her, but he's in there talking to MJ, so that's good.
Well, how's Miss Judy?
She's doing good. She's on assignment this morning.
Okay.
So.
But, well, actually, you were the last one that we
was on assignment.
Yeah, okay. But you seem live and chipper. I think you're over the worst now.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah. Yes, I may have a little more procedures to come, but anyway, I'm getting there.
Well, let me do it right here and say the C&D team, Exit Rocky Top Realty at 1330 West Main in Lebanon. Great people, great service. They're people you can trust, and of course you always have your line at the end. But that kind of says it. I think people you can trust, and y'all have followed that theme for a long time.
Oh yeah, Judy
from the beginning, I guess.
Yes, Judy and Mike started that 31 years ago. And it was people you can trust, and it was small enough to care and big enough to help.
Yeah.
So started that, and that's what we've continued. And we feel like that whenever we have clients, that's what we want them to feel like, is that they can trust us, and that we know we know our business. We are educated in that business, and so we want to share that and let people know that they can trust us. And I think we've shown that over the years, and Judy has passed that on down, or Mom has passed that on down to me. So we love our clients. We love meeting the new clients that are clients, and a lot of them become friends afterwards. And so that's the whole point of us, is that it's not just about the sale. It's about the relationship that we have even afterwards. And so I think that's one of the reasons that we have a lot of repeat business, where the mother or daddy has a child that wants to buy a house, and they come to us, and then that child has a family, and then they come to us. Mm-hmm. So it's all about trust, and that relationship and the relationship starts the trust.
Well, you got some listings to talk about.
Of course we do. We always have listings. Always.
Okay, silly question.
Yeah, we have listings and we have buyers, so we can help on either side of the aisle there.
Right.
But we have the activity has really picked up since the first of the year, and we've had a lot of listings. We've had buyers calling us that we've been helping, and they kind of been sitting on the fence waiting, and so we've been showing them a lot of the buyers, a lot of houses. And just to back up what Wilson Bank was talking about this morning, that we are looking, and I have heard the same thing, that we're looking at 2 and 3 drops in the percentage rate. So hopefully that's going to make people jump off the fence, and I'm tired of waiting. Let's go buy something. These sellers that have the homes listed, they have it listed for a reason. And whether it is because they have a new job, it's too big now, or it's too small now, there's a reason it's listed. So they are needing to move on to their next chapter in their life. And so the people that are looking to buy, they're wanting to move on to their next chapter, whether that be a first-time home buyer, whether that's upsizing or downsizing, whether that is I'm moving to another town, or I'm moving here, or whatever. So there's always reasons, and so it's listed on the market for them to move on, and the buyers are looking to move on to another property. So that's the joy of being a listing agent as well. You're getting to hear both sides of the story and learn about them.
And helping both sides in the process.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. And we do that as well. But we have listings. We have them anywhere from, we have lots in Crossville that are in the Fairfield Glade area and the Lake Tansy area in Crossville. Those are close to the lake, and the Fairfield Glade is a golf course area. We've got lots that are $4,000, $5,000 a lot. So it's not per square foot, it's per lot. So give us a call there. We have a house in Crossville that's a one-owner home. It's custom built, and it's listed for $484,900. So if you're looking to be in Crossville, wanting to be closer to the mountains, or have a getaway home or something of that nature, give us a call there. We have listings here in Wilson County that range from 215,000 to 1.7 million.
Oh.
So, and we have single living, we have condos, we have townhomes. We've got 1 story, 2 stories. So we've got the 1.2 million and the 1.7 million range from 3 acres to 11 acres. So we have a little bit of everything, but one of the new listings we have that I wanted to talk about today is at 133 Cedar Lane, and it's in Cedar Station. And it's listed at $319,900, and it's a townhome, and it's a smart home, what they call a smart home. And it has the smart security system to where also it has that as well, but it also has the built into the security system. You know how your condenser unit is upstairs most of the time in the attic, but people have that. And, you got to watch the pan to make sure it doesn't fill up and get clogged up. Well, you don't never know that until you start seeing the leak in the ceiling or the ceiling has fell through is when you see it. And most of the time that happens when you're on vacation. Is usually when that happens. Well, this security system has it built in to where it notifies you if it's clogged up or it starts to have water in the pan. That security system notifies you and lets you know, hello, I'm up here leaking here. You need to help me. So that's one of the benefits of that security system. But a smart home as well. It's a 2-story. The primary is on the top level. They also have a chairlift rail going up the stairs, and that stays with the house. So that's listed at $319,900, one-owner home. It has a screened-in patio. There's nobody building behind them. There's a private tree line in the back. So give us a call. It's right down the street. It's off of Castle Heights, right down from Castle Heights Elementary. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be in the Castle Heights Elementary school zone, that might be the house for you. Then we have Stonebridge. We have a Stonebridge condo. It's a one-owner home as well, and it's 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. It has an upstairs primary on the bottom floor, and it is $484,900. And then you go to Five Oaks. We have 162 Village Circle, and it has a vehicle that goes with it if you're interested, a convertible, a Mercedes convertible.
Oh, wow.
And it goes with it upon accepted contract, but it's listed also at $484,900. And it's a 2-level. But it's got a screened-in back porch or screened-in patio, and it's really well maintained. It has a baby grand piano sitting in the living room, so that can plus the living room suite and everything, so you can tell how big that area is because most people won't have a baby grand in there. But that gives you an idea. And then we've got over off of Hickory Ridge, we've got 128 Hickory Point, and it's listed at $494,900, and it's right over 2,000 square feet, fenced-in backyard, tree line in the back, so nobody builds behind them, and it's also 2-story, but the primary is on the bottom floor. So give us a call. They're a really well-maintained home, and then we have the $1 million homes if you're looking in that price range. Both of them are immaculate. Both of them are well-maintained. One has 11 acres. One has 3 acres. One's in the county. One's in the city. So you can pick whichever one you like.
615-443-3130.
That's it. And remember, Coleman,
yes,
don't make a move without us.
All right. See you next week. Thank you so
you.
much. Medina Hemmon-Toller, C&D Team, Exit Rocky Top Realty. Well, I mentioned at the start this morning we were going to talk baseball on the second half, and I've got 2 baseball friends here this morning, 2 of 3 that I was kind of expecting. But anyway, let me first introduce John Pope. John, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And he's got his coat off and sitting down now. Wayne Oakley, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman. Which one of those $1 million houses are you taking?
Well,
the city or the county?
Well,
you need a good convertible Mercedes. Yeah, you ought to take that one.
Don't I? I guess I'll have to stay where I am. But they got a lot of them. How you guys doing?
Good.
Doing well.
Still cold.
Still cold.
But going to get colder.
It's going to be 50 tomorrow, though.
Yeah. But I guess I'm being negative here. Was it Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night? 11, 12, and 13 degree low each night, what I think I saw. Anyway, but we're here to talk baseball nonetheless, and you're part of Lebanon Youth Baseball.
And
where's Rick Smith this morning? And
baseball
and softball.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Girls softball, mostly girls softball. You don't have any guys playing
no,
with the girls.
We are female only.
Are the girls occasionally, maybe once in a great while, to play Little League Baseball?
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
But
we still have maybe 1 or 2 here, but we encourage them to come on over softball.
Yeah.
If they're going to play later, that's what they're going to play.
Where's Rick Smith?
I think he had 120 dozen donuts to deliver to Friendship Christian.
Well, he's he has been part of the team when we've discussed this. I think he's an integral part of your committee, isn't he?
He is. He is.
Okay.
He is.
So we just didn't want to leave him out, but he isn't here this morning.
Yeah.
But Wayne, you have been it for girls softball until the merger. What is it? A couple of years ago.
Last year was our first year.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did that go? Progress report here.
Beyond our expectations, any of our expectations. Since COVID, we've averaged about 225 in our league. Last year, not counting our females in the T-ball, we had 314 last year. So
when you say beyond our expectations, you're not kidding.
Not just enrollment with our players, but the number of sponsors we had, the additional field sponsors, team sponsors. We all of a sudden we start finding out this mom played at Auburn. This mom played wherever. I mean, may have played a basketball, and we're like, wait a minute, where have you been? We've needed you, and we'd like for you to step on up. So, everything about it was beyond our expectations.
Well, John, has this been any kind of setback to the boys program, to the Little League, and actually you do some Babe Ruth level playing too, I believe.
We do. No, it's been great for everybody. I mean, it's just like, it's crazy to think it's been 12 years since Rotary and Kiwanis leagues came together. Now, Lebanon Youth Baseball comes together with Lebanon Girls Softball to create Lebanon Youth Baseball and Softball, Inc. I mean, it's been a great addition. It's been a great adjustment. To add to what Wayne was saying, our 8U girls softball played for a state title in Little League this past summer. Wayne coached that team with others helping, and those girls came together. They'd never played together, and they played for a state title. Came up a little short against Spring Hill. The Spring Hill team had been together for multiple years. So that was a great, coming out of the gate, Little League girls softball, and we got a state runner-up with the 8-year-old girls. So that was a great start.
Well, no doubt it brought a big smile on your face too, Wayne.
Absolutely. Those girls were phenomenal. We worked them to death. I mean, we had Sadie Bryan, who just started playing last March, that was in our pitcher circle. Of course, this is coach pitch division, but still that's one of your most important positions in coach pitch. We had 3 or 4 other players who just began playing the fall before. And for us, we actually had Spring Hill beat the first time we played them, and I kind of messed up as a coach. But they laid it on us in the championship game, but I couldn't be more proud of them. They earned what they got, and really did. I mean, we were having 3-hour practices that the parents were ready to go, and the girls were like, we want to stay all night. But the main thing about that is they had fun.
Yeah.
And they made memories that goes a long time.
Yeah. Well, no doubt you're pleased with the merger, and here we are now getting ready for year 2.
Absolutely.
Well, and softball numbers went up. Baseball numbers went up. We had 93 teams in the spring last year.
Wow.
We expect over 100 this year.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's we'll talk more about this, but it's time for us to take a break. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
Let's see what's happening on the roadways. This is all brought to you by Bates Ford. Get a battery installed in most vehicles, $199.95. Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road. Now in traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's flowing a little bit better now out on the west side where we had that earlier collision on 40 westbound near OHB. They're wrapping up the paperwork on this crash in Hermitage. Still a little bit of rubbernecking going on as you drive by on 40 westbound right near Stewart's Ferry Pike. It's already heavy there this time of the morning with all that traffic pushing in from Wilson County. 24 still has a little bit of volume westbound up through Antioch coming in from Murfreesboro. Still a lot of troopers scattered down 24 in Rutherford County this morning. Prince's Hot Chicken has new items on the menu. Check them out at princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Let it go. A new year of letting go. Do you need to let go of that big yard? Is it too much work?
Do you need to let go of all those acres you're mowing?
Do you need to let go of that big house and scale down that square footage and have less cleaning time?
We can help you let go and start a new beginning with your real estate needs. Call us today. Remember, don't make a move without us.
Call Judy Cox or Medina Himmentoller at Exit Rocky Top Realty. C&D Team 443-3130.
Yeah. Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. We've got John Pope and Wayne Oakley here representing Lebanon Youth Baseball and Softball. And thank you for correcting me a while ago. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But
well, it's been Lebanon Youth Baseball for so long.
Right.
And I tell you, people in the community still are getting adjusted. We're still getting adjusted to it. I mean, we still got a lot of work to do and things to work on.
John, you've got something you want to share, and let's go ahead and do this now so that we don't forget about it.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to cover this morning just because we just turned it on this week. So several years ago, Lebanon Youth Baseball started a scholarship fund for our past players, and it is to be granted to a graduating senior to go towards their first year tuition in either college or a trade school. It can be for any player. They do not have to still be playing in high school. It can be for a student that played t-ball 1 year and hated it, never picked up a ball or a glove again. They are still eligible to put in for the scholarship. It's $2,500. The league was donating $2,000 per recipient. Karen and Fred Dawson, who were on our board for a long time, really were instrumental in starting this scholarship fund with us. When they were on the board, they have matching $500, so it went up $2,500. This year we have another anonymous donor at another $500 piece per recipient. So we're now giving a $3,000 scholarship every year to either anywhere from 1 to 3 recipients. So that scholarship application is on the league website. It is open now. It closes April 15th. The committee and the board will then go through and decide on if it's 1 or 2 or 3 recipients. Every year we've given 3. So we've given over $30,000 to students since 2019.
Okay.
And next year, we're going to start with the softball. Mm-hmm. We'll add the girls to this scholarship fund option. And so beginning next year, we'll give 1 to 3 recipients to anybody that applies.
Anybody that has participated is, as you said, in 1 year.
Minimum 1 year.
Even if they didn't like it or whatever, it didn't come back, that still doesn't disqualify them for getting into the scholarship, filling out an application.
Correct. Minimum of a B average in high school is what we're looking for. There's an essay that they write. There's some references that are part of the application. But the form is on the website, LebanonTNBaseballSoftball.com. And it's up there at the top, the tab, scholarship. They'll find the form there and fill it out, send it in, get it in before April 15th. But it is open and ready.
Okay, well, now that we know about that I don't remember y'all ever mentioning this before here on the air. Maybe you did, but
I don't think we have done it on the air. We've used, luckily had Tommy Bryan help get the message out. We've had the school counselors help get it out, coaches get it out. Yeah. And that was the thing we wanted definitely to make a distinction of, that the students do not have to be playing baseball. They could have played through elementary and even middle school and walked away from the game, and they're still eligible. As long as they played 1 year in the league, they're eligible.
All right, you're getting ready, getting geared up. You have to start this in the dead of winter, it seems, every year. And I look back, I know I've had you when you were just representing softball, Wayne. You'd come here in late January, early February or something and get the ball rolling.
Absolutely.
And now we're doing it for baseball and softball. But I guess you've got some some information to give out here.
Yeah, registration opened December the 15th on our same website John mentioned, LebanonTMBaseballSoftball.com. Registration for both baseball and softball will be open till February the 15th. February the 15th is when we start our player evaluations.
That's less than a month away.
Less than a month away, yes, sir. Yes. And so we'll have our softball player evaluations on the 15th and the 22nd. I think it's multiple days, John, for the baseball. But that's why we cut it off on the 15th, because we have those evaluations. We got to know how many coaches we need to have participating and everything. So,
well, you evidently, from what you've said, you exceeded expectations last year, just about all the way around, and you're anticipating maybe even more growth to deal with, at least this year. So you're getting started on time, I guess. But what you need more people, more volunteers. What you need more money. What's some of the needs?
Yes, and yes.
That's a great answer.
No, we got yes, we through the registration process. Of course, most of our coaches are parents, mainly dads. I would say. When they register, they have the option of putting down the interest as a head coach or an assistant coach, and we go through that and determine how many coaches we need, number one, and who has volunteered, and then we go out and start twisting arms for the ones that we need extra there. And fundraising, I think I'll let John speak to our big fundraising effort that will be coming out, our coupon book, but that as well will be happening here soon as well.
And a big portion is team sponsors, and we've got some companies here in town that have sponsored for decades.
I think a radio station's been a sponsor with you.
WA&T has been a long-time sponsor. In fact, when I was walking in this morning, the wall of former teams is hanging on the wall there, so that's good to see. And
Susie has some pictures from over the years.
Yeah, so it's good. But those team sponsors, with that continued growth and going to exceed 100, we continually are looking for more team sponsors. It's a great thing. It's $750 for the year from the sponsor. They get to pick out their logo that'll be on the jerseys, their color scheme on the jerseys. Everybody that does, that's why we don't see a big turnover. I mean, that's why we have companies that have done it for decades. They just love the exposure for the business. They love helping the league and the kids. They love seeing those kids wear those jerseys around town.
And I think there's probably even some pride with the team members themselves. Oh, I play on this Banks team.
Yeah. Well, and that's, people have asked us over the years, why not, the kids want to play for the A's or the Dodgers or the Yankees. And that's possibly true. However, we all talk amongst ourselves. Who'd you play for? Well, we played for Fakes and Hooker, or A.J. Johnson, or Southern Bank of Tennessee.
I can still remember some of those that I didn't get to play Little League. My brother did, and some of those that were then in not only Little League but Babe Ruth back in the '60s.
Yeah.
That stays with you. So
I was Lebanon Bank in Kiwanis. Yeah,
there was Lux Clock at one time.
I played for Lux Clock and Babe Ruth.
Did you?
I did. Yes.
So you do remember that?
Well, and it's a big. I want to remind everybody, because we have so many new residents to the county and city of Lebanon. It's funny in a way, because we'll get emails or phone calls. Hey, the registration didn't have me pay. I think I missed it. It's free. Especially our new friends from the far west of the country, they don't understand free, and so it's good. They're shocked and pleasantly surprised, but that's the way we do that.
But really, it's all made possible because of mostly these businesses who are sponsors in whatever way. The $750 you talked about, or maybe more or less, but you have outdoor signs, don't you?
We have field signs. We call them field signs, and we have various packages. You can buy 1, you can 3, 5, 7, and 10. I believe it is 10. We have. There's 11 fields in Baird Park. We do not get to use Veterans Field. So we have 10 fields. So you can get a 10-field package. What was that cost? It was,
is it $1,800
for 10 fields for the whole year, a banner on each field. And it's a great deal. We had many people last year talking about exceeding the expectations. Was team sponsor plus 5 fields, team sponsor plus all the fields, Yeah, so we were
You've done a good idea here for merchandising or selling, as we might say.
Absolutely.
You've been innovative. That's great.
We have a lot we need to get accomplished. One of the things that baseball suffered with us coming in is they get less time in their indoor facility.
Yeah.
And to accommodate us, we need to double the size of our indoor facility. We need turf on the infields of our fields. We've talked with the mayor about that, but that's, with the city, that's going to be a ways out. But we need, we've got that on our radar. New restroom buildings, improving everything for everybody.
All right, we got less than a minute here. Let's wrap it up quickly. But
registration is open. Lebanon TN baseballsoftball.com. Go on the registrations right there on the front of the homepage. They can log in. There's also a sponsor button that they can click on that same registration on the homepage where they could go in and sponsor either a team or signs or both. So register now. The cutoff is approaching. And then be on the lookout is for our annual fundraiser, the coupon book that the players sell. We're refreshing that. It's going to look great. We had a board meeting yesterday, and Rick's on the process of getting that printed. And so that's a big piece of the puzzle of making it a free league in the spring.
Well, thank you all for being with us. We are out of time. Hope you have another great year. John Pope, Wayne Oakley, Lebanon Youth Baseball and Girls Softball.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coleman.
Thanks, Coleman.
That's it for Friday, and have a nice weekend. Till Monday, I wish you a fantastic day.